Chosen one, your refusal to kneel is louder than 1,000 speeches. While others trade integrity for comfort, you've declared war with your silence alone. You don't flinch at their threats because your soul is already spoken for, anchored in something eternal. The system watches you with unease because you're not just resisting, you're exposing. Every step you take outside their control reminds them that freedom is possible, and that terrifies them more than anything. The Matrix doesn't just want your cooperation, it wants your soul on autopilot. It tempts you to sacrifice purpose for popularity, to chase clout instead of calling. It dangles distractions disguised as success, hoping you'll forget who you are. But you didn't fold. You built your foundation on truth, not trends. While others are busy curating an image, you're cultivating depth. Your stand isn't performative, it's prophetic. And that quiet defiance? It echoes through realms they can't even see. They don't understand the fire that drives you, chosen one. To them, your refusal looks like rebellion. For you, it's obedience to a higher calling. You're not rejecting the world because you're lost. You're walking away because you're found. Let them scoff. Let them whisper about wasted talent and missed chances. You've seen behind the curtain, and no amount of applause can tempt you back into bondage. What they call a downfall is actually your deliverance. You'd rather be misunderstood in truth than celebrated in deception, and that's a decision few have the courage to make. You've become a living threat to their illusion, and they're scrambling to contain what they can't control. Your unwavering stance has lit a spark in the hearts of others. Now they're questioning, waking up, refusing to comply. That terrifies the system more than open rebellion ever could. So they've escalated. They're not just watching you anymore, they're moving against you. Attacks in disguise, betrayals from those closest, spiritual warfare cloaked in everyday events. But what they didn't anticipate is that you were built for this. Like Daniel in the lion's den, your faith isn't shaking, it's glowing. They can throw you in the fire, but they can't stop who walks through it with you. Everything was calculated, the lies, the setups, the betrayals behind closed doors. They wanted to see if your faith would crack under isolation and fear. You've been placed in a spiritual ambush, surrounded by enemies who smile in daylight but plot in shadows. This isn't just an attack, it's a test disguised as chaos. The goal was to break your spirit, to make you question if God is still with you. But even in this den of deception, your spirit roars louder. What they forgot is that pressure doesn't destroy the anointed, it proves them. To the natural eye, it looks like the end, like you've finally been cornered with no way out. Every exit has been blocked, every ally silenced, every hope buried beneath waves of opposition. The enemy is roaring with confidence, certain that this time you won't rise. But what they don't see is the invisible hand moving behind the scenes. Just when the darkness reaches its thickest, divine intervention steps in. This battle was never about defeat, it was about revelation. God is about to make a public spectacle of your protection, turning your lowest moment into your loudest miracle. They're circling you with snarling confidence, drunk on the illusion of their own power. Their voices are loud, their threats grotesque, their presence suffocating. This is psychological warfare at its peak, an attempt to fracture your faith with terror and domination. They want you to tremble, to retreat, to doubt everything God ever whispered to your soul. But even with fear breathing down your neck, something unshakable rises within you. You look your enemies in the eye, not because you're fearless, but because you're anchored. You know who holds the final word. Their growls may shake the room, but heaven is silent only because it's about to speak through fire. They're unleashing their full arsenal, psychological, emotional, even spiritual, trying to make you believe that surrender is your only lifeline. They want you crawling, begging, broken. Every move is meant to crush your will, to erase your identity, to convince you that the throne they serve is mightier than the God you trust. But what they don't realize is that fear only works on the faithless. You were forged in fire, not fear. Their threats might shake the atmosphere, but they cannot touch the covenant over your life. You were never meant to survive by submitting. You were born to overcome by standing. This isn't random, it's surgical. Every strike is tailored, every whisper designed to destabilize you at the core. They've studied your scars, your insecurities, your history, and now they're weaponizing it all against you. One moment it's a betrayal from someone you trusted, the next it's a financial hit you didn't see coming. They're hitting you where it hurts most, hoping you'll collapse under the weight of confusion and exhaustion. But what they underestimated is your training in the unseen. You've learned to fight battles on your knees, to wage war in silence, to stand when everything says fall. They're throwing everything at you, but they forgot who holds you together. Something ancient within you rises, cutting through the noise like a sword of clarity. You feel it in your spirit. This is not truth, it's theater. A grand illusion crafted to distort your discernment and bend your will. The enemy's strategy isn't just force, it's confusion. They want you to mistake darkness for dominion, pressure for power. But you see it now. The lies are loud because they're desperate. The whole operation is smoke and mirrors, a spiritual psyop meant to hijack your faith. But your eyes are open, and once you see through the scope, you can't be controlled by it. The shadows loom large and the growls echo in the silence, but your heart knows a deeper truth. What your eyes perceive as ferocious beasts are nothing more than illusions, phantoms fed by fear and deception. Their teeth are dulled, their claws mere shadows stretching thin across a fading wall. Though your body may quake under the weight of the moment, your spirit stands firm in the knowledge that these threats have no real power over you. The lion's roar is loud, but it carries no bite. It is the cry of a defeated enemy trying to mask its own weakness. While their influence in the physical world might seem real, it pales against the fortress guarding your soul. The unseen shield around you is forged in divine strength, unbreakable, unshakable, eternal. Your spirit's eye pierces through their smoke and mirrors, revealing the truth hidden beneath their carefully crafted lies. What feels like overwhelming force is nothing but a desperate bluff, a last-ditch attempt to make you bow. But your discernment is sharp. You see the game for what it is, and no illusion, no matter how convincing, can make you surrender what God has sealed in your heart. The roar of the lions fills the air, fierce and thunderous, but it's all a performance, a desperate display of power without teeth. The enemies howl to intimidate, yet their claws can't reach the fortress of your faith. Yes, fear creeps in, that primal instinct wired into your flesh. Even the greatest warriors of old, like Daniel, felt it gripping their hearts in the darkest moments. The battle isn't just physical, it's a war for your mind and spirit. But remember, the fiercest roar doesn't mean the lion will strike. Often it's just noise echoing in an empty cave, unable to break the shield around you. Inside, your heart races and your nerves tighten, natural reactions to a danger that feels all too real. Yet beneath the surface, your spirit stands steady, quietly discerning the truth behind the chaos. This trial isn't random cruelty, it's a divine refining fire, meant to expose the strength and sincerity of your faith. God is using this pressure not only to shape you, but to shine a spotlight on your unwavering commitment, showing the world, and yourself, what lies at the core of your soul. What seems like a test of breaking is actually a testament to your becoming unbreakable. The unseen realms are holding their breath, watching as you stand at the edge of despair. This moment, heavy with pressure and uncertainty, will carve the legacy of your soul for generations ahead. Your courage here is not just instinct, it's the fingerprint of a heart forged by God's own hand. When the world screams defeat, you answer with unyielding strength. This is no ordinary bravery, it's mad heart, fierce, relentless, and unshakable, the kind of spirit that shifts destinies and shakes the heavens. You stand unflinching, anchored in a faith that has been tested and refined beyond fear. It's not defiance for defiance's sake. This is the calm resolve of one who has weighed the cost and chosen obedience above all else. If this path leads through fire or shadow, so be it. Your courage isn't born from recklessness, but from a deep, unshakable trust in the one who holds your life. This kind of faith doesn't just ripple through the natural world, it reverberates through the heavens, leaving even angels in awe of your fearless devotion. Your heart has shifted beyond the fleeting shadows of this world. Earthly treasures and accolades no longer hold sway over your soul. The clamor for comfort, status, and approval fades into silence beside the overwhelming desire to be united with God. You've stepped into a realm where temporal fears lose their power and eternal longing becomes your anchor. In this place, nothing else matters, only the divine presence that calls you home and the peace that surpasses all understanding fills your every step. You stand unmovable, forged by a love so fierce it eclipses every worldly temptation. This isn't despair, it's devotion carved from a soul that has glimpsed eternity and knows the true cost of surrender. Everything else, the threats, the schemes, the promises of safety, fades into meaninglessness beside the glory you've embraced. With unwavering resolve, you send a clear message to the darkness. Your fear tactics have no hold here. Your heart beats only for God, and that truth dismantles the very foundation of their power, leaving their entire system trembling before your fearless allegiance. Fear loses its grip when your hands are already open, holding nothing but trust in God's perfect plan. There's no leverage left for the enemy because you've given everything away, your dreams, your desires, your very self. That relentless pulse in your chest, that mad heart, is the sum of countless battles won in silence. Moments when you chose faith instead of safety, obedience instead of ease, and God's purpose over your own comfort. Each sacrifice was a brick laid in the foundation of a fearless spirit, preparing you for this very hour, the ultimate test where loyalty shines brightest and fear crumbles to dust. Your madness is not chaos, it's a divine madness, a sacred fire burning so fiercely that earthly logic fades away. You've plunged so deeply into love with God that the usual rules no longer bind you. You're boldly reckless in your faith, believing every promise as if it were already fulfilled, trusting in the unseen over the seen. You're wildly courageous, staking everything on the reality of the Spirit while the lions roar and the enemy's threats echo around you. In that roar, a supernatural peace rises, an unshakable power that transforms fear into fearless worship and turns the darkest moments into the stage for your greatest victory. An unseen power surrounds you, a radiant shield woven from the very presence of the Holy Spirit. You glow with the light of God, unbreakable, untouchable, invincible. This barrier isn't forged by human hands or earthly strength. It's a divine fortress built on God's unchanging character and relentless faithfulness. No lion from hell, no cosmic force, no enemy of flesh or spirit can penetrate this sanctuary. When you walk in total surrender, you move in a realm where fear dissolves and protection is guaranteed, not because of who you are, but because of who God is, holding you securely in His unshakable grip. No matter how fierce the battle, surrender is not an option. Your spirit is anchored too deeply in God's faithfulness. You've walked through storms and witnessed miracles that have silenced doubt and shattered fear. Every trial only confirms the unshakable truth of His character in your life. God isn't testing you to see if you can pass. He's honoring the strength He already sees, a heart steadfast and loyal beyond measure. This journey isn't about proving your worth to Him, but about walking boldly in the fullness of what He has already declared. You are chosen, you are strong, and your faith will never fail. This moment is not just a test. It's a revelation of divine power unleashed through unyielding faith. The entire spiritual realm holds its breath, captivated by your refusal to bow or bend. Angels stand as witnesses, inspired and emboldened by your steadfastness, while demons seethe in defeat, their tricks rendered powerless against your resolve. The enemy bet on your breaking point, counting on fear to drown out your faith, expecting your survival instinct to silence your spirit. But you've shattered their expectations. Your unwavering trust in God is now a beacon, a legendary testament echoing through heaven, proving that nothing can stand against a heart fully surrendered. Your courage in the fire is a story whispered among the angels themselves, a powerful testament echoing through the halls of heaven. Your name carries weight, not just as a survivor, but as a warrior whose faith ignites hope in the hearts of others. Believers caught in their own storms find strength in your example, drawing from the well of your unwavering loyalty. What you're building now is more than endurance. It's a legacy, a living testimony that will inspire generations, reminding the world that steadfast faith can move mountains and change destinies forever. God is orchestrating this battle to shatter every misconception about faith, showing the world that following Him is the boldest, strongest choice anyone can make. What others dismiss as naive or weak will soon be exposed as a force unstoppable and alive. The very God you serve moves with power that defies logic and overturns impossibilities. Your triumph won't just be personal, it will echo loud enough to silence doubters and leave skeptics speechless, proving once and for all that divine strength flows through those who dare to trust completely. Their grand design to break you collapsed under the weight of your unshakable faith. Every threat meant to chain your spirit instead became fuel for your resolve. The intimidation that shattered countless others ricocheted harmlessly off your heart, only fortifying your courage and deepening your trust. What was meant to silence you became a battle cry, turning their tactics into a testament of victory. In the face of their fiercest assault, your spirit stood taller, proving that true strength rises from unwavering faith, not fear. The angels didn't arrive as mere spectators. They descended as divine warriors, seizing authority over every dark force arrayed against you. These majestic beings, who dwell in the very presence of God and proclaim His holiness with unending praise, have been dispatched to stand as your shield and sword. Their mighty voices rise in heavenly command, drowning out the enemy's cries and scattering their schemes like dust. In this moment, the throne room's glory breaks into your battle, transforming despair into victory and declaring that no power on earth or hell can touch the one God has chosen to protect. The very legions that cast down Satan now focus their unstoppable power on your freedom. The chains that once bound you are unraveling because the victory was sealed long ago, before the fight even began. Resistance is futile. The forces of darkness have no option but to relinquish their hold. Your release is not just imminent, it is inevitable, a divine decree echoing through the heavens. The battle has been won in the unseen realms, and now the walls that confined you crumble, making way for your triumph and restoration. The verdict has come down in your favor. The accusations have been erased, and every chain that held you captive has shattered. The gates of your prison swing wide open, not just for you, but as a bold declaration to the world. Your triumph transcends personal freedom. It echoes as a prophetic roar that shakes the heavens and earth alike. It stands as undeniable proof that the God you serve moves mightily, still performing miracles and rewriting destinies. This victory is a beacon, shining light into the darkest corners and inspiring all who witness it to trust in divine power without hesitation. This victory is living proof that the ancient power that delivered Daniel from the lion's den flows just as fiercely today. It shatters the myth that faith is a relic of the past, revealing it instead as the most potent force shaping the present and future. What once seemed impossible now unfolds with unstoppable momentum. Despair gives way to triumph, and those once marked for defeat are raised up as champions. Your story is a testament that God's power never fades. It transforms lives, overturns destinies, and turns the darkest moments into the brightest celebrations. What was once written off as a doomed chapter is now unfolding into a powerful legacy, one that will inspire and uplift countless believers for years ahead. Eyes all around the world are fixed on your journey, watching as you defy every expectation and rise above every trial. Your unwavering spirit, your relentless courage, they're not just surviving, they're igniting a fire in the hearts of others. The world is taking notice, whispering in awe, "This is Mad Heart, a fearless soul rewriting the story of faith and victory." The bravery you've shown in the face of relentless pressure commands admiration, even from those who don't walk your path or share your beliefs. Your unwavering strength transcends differences, forcing even your fiercest critics to acknowledge the unbreakable spirit within you. Word of your steadfast character is spreading like wildfire, turning whispers of doubt into murmurs of respect. Fear no longer holds a place in your story. You've become a living testament that true courage defies intimidation and silences every attempt to shake it. No force on earth or beyond holds power over you. Your fearlessness has become the stuff of legends, a story told in hushed reverence throughout your community. Everyone knows how you stood firm when everything threatened to crumble, how you faced the storm without flinching. The only one with authority over you is Jesus Christ, and his presence doesn't intimidate, it empowers. As his beloved child, you walk with a confidence rooted not in circumstance, but in unshakable divine love. It's this love that fuels your boldness, turning moments of terror for others into stepping stones for your unwavering courage. Though your human heart may tremble at times, that flicker of fear only highlights the fierce fire burning within you, mad heart that refuses to be extinguished. Everyone watching can see it clearly, a rare and unbreakable strength that sets you apart. While fear may brush your emotions, it never pierces the core of your spirit. Anxiety may ripple through your body, but it cannot disturb the unshakable foundation of your faith. In every moment of vulnerability, your true power shines brighter, proving that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it. The honor bestowed upon you transcends the earthly realm. It echoes throughout the unseen heavens. Angels gather in awe, sharing stories of your steadfast faith and unyielding spirit. Meanwhile, demons seethe in frustration, powerless against the fortress of trust you've built in God. The entire spiritual battlefield has paused, eyes fixed on your triumph, a testament to what unwavering faith looks like when tested by fire. Your endurance isn't just a human victory, it's a celestial declaration that nothing can break the one who stands firm in divine truth. Your steadfastness is lighting a fire in the hearts of others caught in their own storms. Those on the verge of surrender are finding renewed courage because they see what unwavering faith looks like in action. Believers wrestling with doubt are discovering hope through your triumph. Your journey isn't just a personal victory, it's a rallying cry, a beacon that lifts others out of despair and into the strength to stand firm. Through your example, a wave of resilience is rising, inspiring a generation to refuse compromise and embrace faith with fierce determination. The fierce spirit blazing within you isn't just admired, it's contagious, sparking a wildfire of fearless faith in those around you. Your courage ignites hope in weary hearts, and your boldness becomes a rallying cry for those searching for their own strength. Like a beacon in the darkness, your example draws others out of doubt and into a place of unstoppable confidence. The mad heart you carry is no longer yours alone. It's awakening a movement of brave souls ready to stand unshaken. Beyond the trial, a king awaits, one who watches with keen eyes and a heart full of anticipation. He wonders silently, will the God they serve prove mighty enough to deliver this chosen one from the jaws of the lions? This king embodies divine authority, holding the power to shift the course of your story. His presence is no coincidence. He has been tracking your battle closely, captivated by your faith and the fire within you. With every step you take through the struggle, his excitement swells, ready to step forward and crown your victory with heavenly glory. This king stands as a symbol of earthly authority. Leaders and influencers who have quietly observed your trial with a mix of skepticism and hope. They whisper among themselves, questioning, is a miracle truly possible here? Their curiosity is piqued because your steadfastness defies every expectation. The king paces, restless and intrigued, eyes fixed on your unfolding story, wrestling with disbelief and wonder, wondering if the God you worship is indeed as mighty as you proclaim. Your faith has stirred something deep within them, challenging what they thought possible and igniting a silent anticipation of the extraordinary. The moment of your arrival is at hand, and the king's amazement is about to burst forth like a celebration long awaited. You will be greeted not with judgment, but with arms wide open, welcomed as a victorious champion. The joy radiating from the king's face will be unmistakable, lighting up the room with a warmth that melts away every hardship you endured. His voice will tremble with relief and delight, a heartfelt acknowledgement that you have overcome. In that instant, all the waiting, all the struggle, transforms into a triumphant homecoming filled with honor and love beyond measure. The celebration on the horizon will echo through history, a moment so powerful it will be spoken of for generations. What's coming is more than victory, it's a divine promotion. The king is ready to entrust you with honor and responsibility, offering a position of authority and protection like never before. They will place a crown upon your head and set you in a place where your enemies have no power, where your influence is secure and your legacy unstoppable. This is the moment your faith steps into favor and your courage is rewarded beyond all expectation. This isn't just a new role, it's a divine appointment, a calling that elevates you to heights beyond anything you've known. Along with authority and influence comes a shield of protection so powerful no force can undermine it. The contract you receive isn't written on paper, but sealed in heaven, granting you security that transcends earthly systems and threats. This blessing brings not just status, but unshakable peace, a promise that your place is ordained and your purpose unstoppable. What you're stepping into is a destiny crafted by God Himself, wrapped in power and safeguarded for all time. You're being granted a power so undeniable that no one can contest it, and a sphere of influence so vast it can't be shaken. Those who once sought your downfall will now stand in awe, compelled to honor the place God has elevated you to. This restoration is not merely a return to what was taken, it's a supernatural elevation, a blessing overflowing beyond all previous limits. You're stepping into a new era of victory where every loss is replaced with abundant gain and every challenge becomes a stepping stone to greater glory. This comeback transcends restoration. It's a soaring ascent into realms of blessing and favor you once thought unreachable. Your vindication goes beyond mere proof of your righteousness. It becomes a radiant testimony that God's rewards for unwavering faithfulness surpass every human dream. What was once lost is now multiplied, and what was once hidden is now gloriously revealed. Your journey stands as a powerful declaration. When you remain steadfast, God lifts you higher than you could ever imagine, turning trials into triumphs that rewrite your destiny forever. You've emerged from the fire, not just unscathed, but refined, victorious over a test that once felt insurmountable. What was meant to crush your spirit has become the very forge that strengthened your resolve. The trial designed to shatter your faith only served to deepen it, anchoring you more firmly in God's unchanging truth. Each challenge faced has layered your soul with resilience, proving that through adversity, your trust grows stronger and your purpose shines brighter than ever before. The very trial meant to mute your story has only made your voice roar louder than ever before. Your future is sealed with unbreakable promise. No longer will you be a pawn in anyone's game or trapped in cages of fear and torment. Those days are behind you, replaced by freedom that no enemy can take away. From this moment forward, you walk boldly in victory, carrying a testimony that shatters chains and inspires others to break free from their own prisons of doubt and despair. This trial has not only tested you, it has transformed you, elevating your spirit to a new level of maturity that shields you from former battles. The strength and character forged in the fires of adversity have deepened your intimacy with God, granting you access to a relationship marked by trust, power, and purpose. You emerged victorious not by chance, but because your love for the Lord is fierce and unwavering. You are His chosen, marked by a mad heart, an unyielding courage that refuses to back down, no matter the storm. Your triumph is no accident. It's the natural fruit of steadfast faith aligned with God's unfailing promises. Your freedom wasn't handed out randomly. It was the destined reward for a heart that stood firm and refused to yield. The honor and respect you now carry aren't fleeting. They're a lasting testament, etched into the lives of everyone who crosses your path. There's an undeniable, supernatural power woven into your story, and its ripple effect is growing, inspiring all who witness it to believe in the miraculous power of unwavering trust in God. Your legacy of faithfulness is solidifying with every step you take, and your courage is echoing far beyond what you ever imagined, becoming the stuff of legends. The depth of your devotion to God shines so brightly that it can't be ignored. Everyone who meets you sees the unmistakable fire burning in your soul, a fire kindled by total surrender and fueled by divine love. Your strength flows from a heart fully sold out to God, blazing with a passion that transforms not only your life, but ignites the spirits of all who witness it. This fire within you isn't fleeting zeal or shallow excitement. It's the profound blaze of a soul transformed by a deep, intimate walk with the divine. What you carry is not surface emotion, but the holy passion born from genuine spiritual awakening. Graduating from this trial doesn't mark an end, but a new beginning, a promotion into greater authority, deeper responsibility, and a higher calling. Your journey is evolving, inviting you into fresh realms where your faith will impact more lives and your leadership will shine brighter than ever before. The loyalty you've shown in the quiet moments is now paving the way for greater opportunities to unfold before you. The integrity and strength you've built behind the scenes are about to be celebrated openly, shining as a beacon for all to see. You've arrived at a place where fear no longer holds power over you. Your spirit has been fortified by trials and refined through fire. The spiritual maturity you've gained makes you impervious to threats and intimidation, standing firm as a warrior whose confidence is rooted not in circumstance, but in unshakable faith. The confidence forged in the fires of God's protection has transformed you into a fearless force, standing strong where others would crumble. The only presence with true authority over you is Jesus Christ, and His presence brings peace, not fear, because you are His beloved. Your connection to the Creator of all things is the foundation of your boldness, a sacred bond that empowers you to face every challenge with unwavering courage. In this relationship, you find strength beyond measure and a peace that shields you from every threat, earthly or spiritual.